Dame la gasolina. Hello, everybody. Fancy seeing you all here. It's Jamie here. Welcome to Travel Blog Jamie, and this a pop-up live. You never know where I'm going to pop up, and you lot are all Pop-Tarts if you haven't joined one of these before. Normally it's up to half an hour maximum, depending on signal and Wi-Fi and all that jazz, and wind conditions. Your wind, obviously, not mine. It's not too bad here right now. If you join my pop-up a few days ago, you'll know that we had slightly windy conditions, and Capitan Alan left just slightly ahead of schedule, which is awesome because he is a very efficient, resourceful young man. But it did mean I was losing my signal rapidly, so I only popped up for what, 15 minutes max, I think it was. Having said that, I am hopeful that all is working well this evening and that I can last the duration, so to speak. Half an hour would be lovely, spending a bit of quality time with you. And I don't think I've ever done a pop-up on a Friday evening before. I'm used to doing my famous Friday night cheers posts, which should be available on Faceache right now. But otherwise, I don't think we've done this before together. All good your end. I've heard that about you, David Webb. I absolutely have. Yes, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here in Tenerife, the Canary Islands. We have a lot to talk about, and I will try my best to take your questions a little bit later. I want to remind you that when I do a pop-up live on my phone, I've got a tiny screen, I can see myself there, and only 2 of your comments are ever appearing at any given time. So I do apologize in advance if I don't quite, hey Wayne, if I don't quite get to your question. You could always copy and paste it a little bit, couldn't you? So anyway, welcome to Marella Explorer. Welcome to Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Cheers to you, Tara. I know it's a difficult time. Oh no, it's April. How was the end of March, Tara? How was the end of March? I hope it was all right. Welcome to Marella Explorer here in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. It is, what, 6:45 now? Nice sunny conditions that way, over the mountains, a bit cloudier. It feels like sort of true Canary Island weather at this time of year. Well, the first thing I'm going to address, some questions about the weather, of course, and also storms. Some of you have said you've been very worried about, you've heard lots about storms over here. So let me just thank you for watching the Goa series, appreciate it. Good morning, California. Lovely to have you here. Let me just address storms first of all. So on this particular itinerary, Matthew and I joined Marella Explorer in Gran Canaria, and we then spent the next day in Fuerteventura, then Lanzarote. It's not Grotti, I like it a lot, by the way. We then had a sea day sailing up to Madeira, and you may be aware, we left pretty sharpish because of the threat of a storm. Storm Nura. What a nasty piece of work she turned out to be. So we had a pretty smooth sailing up to Madeira, actually, and Capitan got us in by 8 p.m, so a number of hours ahead of schedule. We weren't supposed to arrive until the following morning. He felt that the sea conditions would be better for us if we left earlier, and we sailed at greater pace. He really did put his foot down. God bless Captain Alan. If you know Captain Alan in the Marella fleet, by the way, you'll know he's such a lovely man. He's very quirky, very witty, very charismatic. Guests, passengers absolutely love him, as do the crew, and as do I. And we had a very quick chinwag on the gangplank before he threw me off, and also in the bridge as well, believe it or not. So the weather forecast for our day in Madeira was a little bit cooler than usual, anywhere between 15 and 18 degrees Celsius, with winds picking up as the day progressed. we had a lovely day in Madeira. I took a ho. I went to Cámara de los Lobos, which is a beautiful fishing village actually. And the weather was glorious, it really was. In the shade, if the wind picked up, it was a little bit cooler. So, I had my hoodie to hand, but otherwise absolutely fine. We were forewarned by Capitan to expect swells of 4 to 4.5 meters when we sailed from Madeira south again towards the Canary Islands to resume our Hairy Canaries portion of the itinerary. And the swell was going to be hitting our stern, so pretty much side on. I have to be honest with you, I was a bit disappointed. There was a little bit of rock and roll through the night. There was one moment when the winds really picked up because we sailed into Storm Nura and hit 100 mile an hour. And I remember that particular moment and swell because it kind of went all of a sudden. But on the whole, it was just a nice rocking movement that helped you get to sleep. I think for people who aren't used to cruising, they probably thought we were going to tip over or something. But some of you out there, including myself, and Matthew, have been used to far greater swells than 4 meters. And this ship, God bless Explorer, she's quite a wide one, this one. She's got a wide bottom and handled it marvelously, I felt. What it did mean, however, there were storm warnings in place for the Canaries, and we therefore did not head straight to La Gomera as we had hoped. Instead, the captain felt it was safer and a better bet to go directly to La Palma. He got us there by 11:30 in the morning, which is immense. And yeah, it was windy when we arrived. We had a few squalls, but the weather was due to clear up by around about midday 1 in the afternoon, as it did. So we had a gloriously sunny and warm day in La Palma, temperatures reaching 23 degrees Celsius. And since then, it's been lovely. So the storm we sailed into was overnight. We had swells from the stern, so therefore no pitching. We were rocking, and it wasn't a problem at all. So for those of you asking, I hope that's cleared that matter up. Captain keeps apologizing as well for the weather, and he's like, the weather's been nice. Like today in Tenerife, it was 23 degrees. Matthew and I actually went to Siam water park, which is on the Costa Adeje, Scorcho in Barnstable, lovely jubbly. And actually, it's the first time I've been to that water park. I will say that the slides there are absolutely fabulous. There are lots of water coasters, and actual slides that go on and on and on and Ariston. Lovely long slides. And it was the perfect weather for it as well. So really recommend Siam Water Park if you like your water parks. I've been to water parks around the world, some of the newest ones as well. And I have to say, the slides are of the best I've been on around the world. I thought the water park I went to in Dubai a number of years ago was awesome, which it was. Volcano Bay in Orlando is also pretty spectacular. But no, these slides were fast and furious and steep and all sorts. I'm not doing P&O anymore because I'm still waiting for them to resolve an issue for us, which is 1.3 years old, and it's absolutely gross that they are now ignoring us and all the passengers affected. They've just stopped message us. They just ignore everything. So I'm not sailing with them until they sort that issue out. I'm sure people can absolutely agree that when you have an issue, as we all did, hundreds of us, it should be dealt with and not just ignored. It's a disgrace. So no, I'm not sailing with them until that's sorted. I've said if they sort it, we'll be back. I've done a vlog on Siam Park, yes. So yeah, Siam Water Park, absolutely fabulous. The only thing about it is it's actually built on a pretty steep hill. So a lot of steps involved at that water park. And also the signage is appalling. So trying to find some of the slides is just like, oh, just walk up this path and see what happens. But apart from that, it was fabulous. So well worth the trip to the Costa Adeje, which is about an hour's drive from here. So we took the Marella excursion there because it included your tickets and it included transportation there and back. So that was fabulous today. Really enjoyed it. Really do recommend that to you as well. People are asking what my favorite cruise is. If you followed me for some time, you'll know I don't have a favorite cruise line. I don't have a favorite ship at all. I think there are pros and cons of so many. What I will say though is some of my most I don't have a best cruise line I've ever been on, best cruise I've ever been on. I don't. What I will say, most memorable cruise lines, I really do enjoy Virgin Voyages very much. They are a breath of fresh air. I don't have a favorite Canary Island either. I'm really sorry. I don't tend to have favorites of things. One of the only favorites of things I have is food. I love Indian food. Otherwise, like I say many times, you can go on the same ship twice and have a totally different experience. One awesome and one not so awesome. So I try not to delve into favorites. But Virgin Voyages is certainly a memorable one for both. My favorite follower is Andrew Fjord. Matthew and I both really enjoyed Virgin Voyages for many reasons. You may have seen the vlogs on that, and you'll understand why we've loved them so much. I love Fred Olsen. I have done from the moment I started sailing with them. I love the smaller ships as well as the larger ones. Their food is awesome. The crew is incredible as well. They are at total different ends of the spectrum. In the middle, I like a bit of Marella. My favorite word is spider-log. I love a bit of Marella. I just think they're kind of like no fuss, fun, friendly, great itineraries as well. I don't know what instant you're talking about there, the canopy instant. That's nothing to do with me. Don't know what that's about, if I'm honest with you. I think my concerns and troubles with P&O are well documented. If you just search travel blog Jamie P&O Malith, it's very well documented already, so I won't go over that for the billionth time if you don't mind. What other cruise lines? I like a bit of Princess. I found with Princess they're just a bit inconsistent. The last cruise on them to Hawaii was mostly incredible, and sailing Hawaii was absolutely fantastic. That's a highlight in terms of destination for me, without a shadow of doubt. I like a bit of Cunard as well, you know that. A bit of Cunard is good. I loved my transatlantic, where other vloggers have said it's not a very luxurious experience and it can be a bit dull. I had a fabulous time on Queen Mary 2 doing the transatlantic from Southampton to New York. Yes, I've had blue soup, absolutely. And I've had a blue cocktail as well. Blue is my favorite color, by the way. So back to Explorer. The crew aboard have been, I don't recommend the drinks package on P&O, no, because I think they're way overpriced. I think P&O drinks prices generally are good value. However, drinks packages on other cruise lines work out much better value than P&O. It depends. Like the one I had on NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, recently was like $36 per day, which is amazing. Drinks package that's the one thing about Fred Olsen I think is not so good for me, is the drinks package, because it doesn't actually include a wide range of drinks, especially cocktails. I think you're going to get like cocktail of the day on the Fred Olsen drinks package. Having said that, the drinks on Fred Olsen are so reasonably priced. I just don't, if you only like standard beers and wine, it maybe is a good thing for you to do on Fred Olsen. Otherwise, I don't think so. And as I said, things are so reasonably priced on there. So Explorer, I found the crew to be absolutely delightful, as I've often found on Marella. They are so friendly, so welcoming, and will try and do absolutely anything for you. Where's Matthew? Not behind me, otherwise he would be falling right now. So Matthew, I'm sure realize Matthew doesn't like appearing in vlogs and in pictures, partly because he doesn't like to appear, and that's his choice, but also because of his job, and he does need to be a little bit careful when it comes to what is quite a high profile job. I don't have hamsters, Paul, so I don't know what you're talking about, I'm afraid. So I understand why he doesn't necessarily want to be on film. He does say to me, if he weren't working where he's currently working, he would be happy to do so. So where is he? He's probably in a bar right now. Absolutely. So crew on board, awesome, awesome, awesome. The food on board has been pretty good as well, actually, and I think Marella can get a bit of a bad rep for their food. We haven't had even a mediocre meal, actually. They've all been at least good to very good. In fact, I'd say the most mediocre maybe meal. Oh, Paul, you're so unfunny tonight, aren't you? The mice, please, 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 please. Goodness me. The most sort of disappointing meal we had was actually in Corala, which is specialty dining. Normally Corala for us is fabulous. It's one of my favorites. It just didn't work so well on this occasion, which I'll go into in the vlog. It was still nice though, but all the other meals have been great, and we're loving the main dining room Vistas, which specializes in Italian fare. So it's a main dining room, it's all included in your cruise fare, but they serve Italian there. They have another main dining room, traditional main dining room, where the menu changes every night as well. Vistas has been awesome. The service has been top notch in there, and Matthew in particular has loved his Italian food. He loves lasagna, and they do a really good one in there. I had the Parmesan pinwheel, you know, when a bit of theatre, they prepare your pasta in the Parmesan wheel, serve that to you tableside. Love a bit of theatre. Your pets, I'm not taking the piss. Sorry, Paul, it's really hard to tell if you're taking the piss or not, actually. So yeah, they're fine. Thank you very much for asking. They're being well looked after. Our rat sitter is doing a fabulous job as always. Sends us pictures every day. We had some through about an hour ago, I think. And she's falling in love with them, bless her, which is lovely to see. Yeah, so food on the whole has been very good on board as well. First time Marella cruises, which it doesn't matter. All the ships are similar in some ways. They all offer similar menus and restaurants and bars, etc. So I honestly don't think it matters which one. Work your way around them. Itinerary, I don't know, because I don't know what you like. I think they have some really good classic itineraries around Greece. They've got a new home port as well in forgotten where it is now. Someone help me out. It begins with a C. It'll come back to me. Someone else will know. In the Mediterranean. So I would, if I were doing it, I probably would want to do like a Greek cruise personally. Spaghetti carbonara is what you mean. Yes, the pasta that they create in the Parmesan wheel. It's not spaghetti carbonara actually, because they make it with linguine for some reason. Or no, it's not. It's pappardelle on board. It's pappardelle. It's not even spaghetti. But yes, that is the dish that I mean. So I would probably say Adriatic or Greece. That would be my recommendation. Did I prefer Goa or Bali? Bali, definitely. For the sheer diversity there and what you can do was just beyond. It was beyond spectacular. Yes, I am doing a vlog of this cruise. Yes, look out for them. You never know who's in the background. Caribbean, also fabulous. But you know, if it's your first time cruise, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what you like. Go to the Caribbean, go to the Mediterranean, choose your ship. It doesn't matter. I think whether you're going to the Caribbean or the Mediterranean, it's going to be fabulous. I am partial to both, absolutely. So there you go. They're my recommendations. We are 20 minutes in and all is going well. So I'm wondering if anybody has any questions they would like to ask. Please pop them up. I think I am now focused on the screen where the comments are coming as well. Matthew and I upgraded, by the way, to the premium drinks package on board. This is pretty much an all-inclusive cruise line. So there's a wide range of alcoholic beverage and soft drinks you can have on board, already included in your cruise fare. It's £95 per person for a week to upgrade to the premium package. The reason we've done that is because I am addicted to iced latte, which of course is featured in the premium package, unfortunately for me. I also am addicted to espresso martinis done the bitter way, and they're also on the premium drinks package. You can also get different brands. So I like Grey Goose, for example, vodka, which is on the premium brand. I like my sugar-free Rebel, which is on the premium brand. So for me, that just works at £95 for the week. So is the iced latte good? Yes, on board. The iced latte is very good on board. And I tell you what I like about it. It's quite strong as well. And I like my coffee strong AF, in case you haven't noticed. So that works well. Somebody asked, where would you recommend for a first cruise and who with? Wayne, that depends on where you want to go. Where do you want to visit? On this planet of ours, where would you like to visit? Please tell me. If you can tell me that, I could probably give you some better suggestions about cruise lines. Somebody asked who to sail to the fjords with. Well, that depends. You know, if you want to go to some lesser known ports, you're going to want a smaller ship. I've never sailed to the Norwegian fjords with Fred Olsen, but I have to say I'm looking forward to doing that in January on a smaller ship and seeing how that works out. Otherwise, I tell you what, who I saw is sailing to the fjords for a very reasonable price, and that's from Southampton. That is MSC Virtuosa, a very large ship going to the fjords in September, I saw, and very good prices as well. I'd be very interested in doing that myself. And whatever my issues with P&O are, they obviously do regular sailings to the Norwegian fjords as well. Princess have been offering more sailings, increased number of sailings to the Norwegian fjords with them as well. So you have so many options. Oh, Ambassador go there as well. Lots of options. Even Royal Caribbean are going to be going there. Do you find it difficult to keep your weight stable? Not really. I think when I used to cruise for holidays, I would eat everything in sight 100 times a day, if I'm honest with you. But that was sort of like far and few between, you know. Whereas now I do it so often, I don't really, it doesn't feel like a holiday so much anymore. And I'm very conscious about not overeating. So I don't feel like I need to have like full English breakfasts every day. I don't need to have brunch and lunch and afternoon tea and dinner and late night snacks and room service. There were times when I would do all of that in a day. So now I do it more often. I don't feel like I need to. So the other thing is, which I don't think people are necessarily aware of, but I do walk a lot when I'm away. I swim a lot when I'm away. Even today at the water park, I mean, I wish we were able to keep our phones on us because we did so many steps and it was so hilly there. I reckon it was thousands. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be doing P&O vlogs. I did 5 P&O cruises, Holly. 5 in 2024. If that's not enough for people, you're watching the wrong vlogger. That was enough. That was enough. And actually, the last 2 were mediocre cruises. They really were. Will you be doing the excursion to the cliff on Madeira this time? So no, we went to Camara de Lobos on this particular cruise, and also because the winds were due to pick up in Madeira as the day progressed, it didn't seem like a sensible thing to go to the cliff top. I think the one you're referring to is Giro or something de Lobos, and it's got the glass bottom, hasn't it, so you can see right down. So but we're going back to Madeira in July. with Fred Olsen. So I think we'll probably try and do that then, assuming the weather is okay. Fingers crossed for that one. July, Madeira, it's very changeable in those parts, isn't it? So that's what I'm hoping to do the next time. But Camara de Lobos was absolutely beautiful. What would your dream cruise be? I think I've already done some of them, actually. Sailing to Hawaii was definitely way up there as a dream for me. And I've booked a couple dream or bucket list cruises as well. One the eastern coast of Australia and down to Tasmania, and also Alaska. Yes, I do have a vlog on Cruise Line Loyalty Tiers, but that one would only be for P&O. That's the only one I've done there. But if you just search, like with everything as well, folks, if you're wondering if I've got a vlog on something, if you just search Travel Blog Jamie and then the name of what it is you're looking for, it will either pop up or not pop up. I haven't done an Asian cruise. I have to say, with Asia, I prefer land-based trips. I would do an Asian cruise, having said that. Maybe like a port intense cruise of, I don't know, somewhere like Japan. That would be great. Gossip about new Marella ships. Yes, I've heard the gossip about the new Marella ships due in 2030 and 2032. We will, of course, keep an eye on what's going on there. Of course we will. So going back to the question about Asia, you might be aware when I've been to Asia, it's been land-based largely, not largely, completely, sorry. And I do like that because I feel like there's so much to explore. Someone was telling me, asking me, what should they do? They're cruising and they're going to have one day in Bali. And I'm like, oh my God, is that all? It was almost impossible to recommend what to do for one day in Bali. When I was there for a week, it was not nearly enough time, even in spite of the fact they did so much and saw so much. You know, like 10 days, 2 weeks in Bali would probably suit me better. I'd really like to head to Singapore, and I think the new Disney ship, was it Disney Adventure, that's going to be launching, is it next year, I think, are going to be sailing out of Singapore. So I'm quite tempted to bag myself one of those cruises and spend maybe up to a week in that area as well. So maybe nice to like combine land-based and cruising as well. Speaking of which, the next trip after this one is not that far off, actually. I'm going to be flying to Miami with Virgin Voyages and spending a couple nights in Fort Lauderdale before joining Disney Magic, the true original Disney cruise ship, which I sailed a number of years ago and absolutely adored. I love the adults only areas on board. If you haven't seen those vlogs, you'll know I'll be a big fan of those areas. So looking forward to that. And someone just asked if I've got any land-based book. Yes. Next month, this one's been booked for a while, I'm going to be meeting up with some of my friends from Ohio in Nashville. We're going to be doing a few nights in Nashville. Then we're going to be driving to the Smokies. I get to do Dollywood at last. I've wanted to go like my entire life. And no one's ever wanted to go with me, so I'm like, finally, my Ohio girls are very happy to go to Dollywood. Then we are going to continue our journey over to Florida and Tampa and join Margaritaville at Sea Islander for a 5-night cruise to Key West and Cozumel. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. I know some people are like, oh, be careful about that one, or oh, that's going to be different. I like different. I'm ready to see what the Margaritaville brand is all about. Looking forward to it very much. So yeah, that's coming up next month. So quite a lot of land-based in the next month or two as well. How was India? Well, I'm hoping you watched the vlogs on India. There are two pretty informative, detailed vlogs on my week there. India was great, thank you. It's great. I tell you what's fabulous. Some of the crew here were saying, "Oh, we saw you went to India to go in the last couple of weeks," and some of the crew who are from that area as well were very interested, intrigued. We had some good convos about that. But the people were lovely. The food was amazing. Every single meal was incredible. Not too spicy though. I thought it was going to be spicier. I asked for a lot of chili, and it was just like it was a good level of chili. It was good. And you might have seen I went on an Indian houseboat on a river cruise, and it was an overnighter. It was a very, very interesting and exciting experience. So, you know, somewhere like that, again, being there for a week for land-based worked perfectly for me. And just, you know, if we'd rocked up for a day or something on a cruise, I would have felt like I couldn't get everything done, see everything. So it was great. And now it's 30 minutes. There you go. And I am a man of my word. A pop-up never lasts more than 30 minutes. So would I do a cruise that stops in Plymouth? Yeah, I mean, I'd see my family. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always. If you haven't given this a thumbs up, please do so. I would really appreciate it. A farewell from Marella Explorer, a farewell from Tenerife. Look out for the vlogs. They actually start tomorrow. The travel day vlog is tomorrow around 7:10 a.m. launch. So I hope to see you there for that launch, and please do enjoy that. It's a fun vlog actually. Take care to all of you. Don't forget, I love you down there. You've been asking some silly questions. I'm not sure about you. Take care. Lots of love to you all, and I'll see you hopefully back in Blighty very soon. Bye everybody. Lots of love.